Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert, the fantasy football counselor. Today we're doing a fantasy football mock draft, and we're going 0 RB. I hate doing this. I don't want to do this, but everybody keeps asking, can you just do one for fun? I don't like to do things for fun. I really want to win. And this year for Fantasy Football 2020, you better be going robust RB strategy, which is getting at least 3 to 4 running backs in the first 3 to 4 rounds. Yes, robust RB, not 0 RB. Now, I remember a couple years ago, a guy had done a mock, he's a white-collar analyst, one of the Concheapsis, had done a 0 RB, which he went wide receiver, and I made fun of it. It was like some guy in Keenan Allen. It was terrible. Anyway, bottom line is, I went on social, made fun of it, and then right after that, he basically went and lashed at me saying I'm an idiot. I don't know what I'm talking about by going robust RB. Everyone is going robust RB right now, okay? Everybody's doing it. Seriously, you have to do that because it's the most scarce position, and you want to load up on as many running backs in minimal committees as possible. You want to get your Saquons and your Henrys and your Josh Jacobs, your Todd Gurleys, your Leonard Fournettes, your David Johnsons, because these guys don't have any competition, right? So it's very, very important, guys, you go robust RB. But again, a lot of people ask it just for fun. Can you do 0 RB? I want to see what wide receiver looks like. So we're going to do the first 6 to 7 rounds to show you how it looks like. I'm going to focus heavily on wide receiver, and let's just have some fun here. Even though this is not how I would do a draft, by popular demand, I'm going to make it happen, okay? So, again, if you're listening in the car, we are going 9th here, 12-person league. We're going 0 RB. Let's roll. The draft is going to start. All right, here we go. So I'm going to pull up here the draft results. I'm going to pull it up by draft board. Again, I don't like doing this strategy because, again, you need to load up on those RBs, and it's going to pain me. It's going to hurt me to see all of these running backs come off the board when I should be drafting a running back. But we're going to experiment. We're going to feel it out, right? That's what it's about. It's about trial and error and feeling things out, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work. So I'm going to run through, again, the first 5 to 7 rounds. We'll see how it kind of goes. And then I'm going to show you the positional players that are available after we move to the draft and see who's available when we actually do want to go running back, okay? I might even go 3 wide receivers, see how it feels, right? But again, there's a ton of depth at quarterback and wide receiver. You don't need to go wide receiver early like this, right? But let's go 0 RB. Let's ignore the most sacred, most scarce position, the most important position in fantasy football, the one that disappears after the 3rd to 4th round. Let's just ignore it, like some people say to do, and see how it works out. So our pick is coming up. So someone went McCaffrey, Saquon, Zeke, Cook, Kamara, Henry. As you can see, the running backs coming off, which is going to lead us to get some wide receivers. Let's see who's going to be available here. I don't want Michael Thomas. I think there's going to be some drama there. Apparently, he's forgiven Drew Brees with all that drama. I'm going to queue up Davante Adams here, see how that goes for me. And there goes Davante Adams. They sniped him. So here, who am I going to get? Tyreek Hill? Hell no, I'm not going to go Tyreek Hill. I don't like Hopkins there. I'm going to go Julio Jones here because I don't like Hopkins there with the Cardinals. Too many mouths to feed. I don't see him getting 160 targets. I really don't see that happening. So I'm going to stay away. So I'm going to pull up the draft results. So I went Julio Jones at 9, where I probably would have gone Josh Jacobs in reality. Then you see Joe Mixon come off the board here. You can see the first round, you got 6 running backs come off the board. Then it went Thomas, Adams, Julio Jones, then Joe Mixon, then Tyreek Hill. Why don't I like Tyreek Hill? Well, the guy was, he's known for off-field issues. That's one thing I don't like. It could happen again. It could not. I don't want to take a chance. Not to mention he gets hurt quite often, and he's very volatile game in, game out. So I don't really trust him. Okay, Nick Chubb coming off the board here. The last pick of the 12-person league here for this mock draft. Then DeAndre Hopkins, again, I don't trust him. I don't see enough targets coming around this year. Again, Larry Fitzgerald maxed out at 109 targets last year, so it's going to be hard for me to trust DeAndre Hopkins. Then we have Aaron Jones come off. I don't trust him either, coming off a pinnacle year. I do not see him performing on that level yet again, okay? So, again, very cautious there with Aaron Jones. I'm not going to be touching him. Kenny and Drake, very, very volatile. So, again, we're going 0 RB, so I'm going to go with a wide receiver here. I'm going to go with Kenny Galladay. If I'm going to go with 2 wide receivers, I'm going to go with the wide receivers I like. I like Julio. I like Kenny Galladay. So, again, you're going to see the running backs coming off, and they're going to be very slim. Now, I've got some aces up my sleeve. I really like, I can get myself David Montgomery and David Johnson, but I just don't feel as warm and fuzzy because I really want to get like a Henry, a Gurley, or, other guys, Clyde Edwards-Helaire maybe in the early couple rounds, and then get like a, a David Johnson or someone like that. So when you're looking at this, I went wide receiver, and then you see right after I went Kenny Golladay, they went Josh Jacobs, Austin Eckler, and Chris Godwin coming off the board. Now, if you are looking at wide receivers early on, I don't recommend you do. We are doing this just for fun. Don't go Chris Godwin or Mike Evans because we don't know. I think one of them is going to emerge. Everybody's thinking because of last year, these guys finished top 10. The Sheeps have them top 10, both of them. Because last year, well, Evans didn't finish top 10, but they're conflicted because Godwin finished second amongst wide receivers in PPR, and Evans was pretty much like outside of the top 10, but he's kind of technically the wide receiver one. So the mainstream's kind of confused. They're like, okay, well, Evans should be here, but we don't know what to do with Chris Godwin, but he finished last year, second overall. We got to basically copy and paste and put him there. So you're basically rolling the dice on who's going to be the wide receiver one there with Brady, because understand the running back's going to catch the ball in the backfield, and they've got tight ends there, which Brady likes to use, and he's going to spread the ball around, okay? So he's got to find his Edelman. Maybe it's Godwin. I think it could be Godwin, could be Evans. Who knows? Evans has been more of a deep threat, okay? Okay, so after Godwin, Kelsey, George Kittle, Miles Sanders, Odell Beckham, Clyde Edwards-Helaire coming off at the end of the second round. Allen Robinson coming off the board here. As you can see, the guy that went first here went Christian McCaffrey, Clyde Edwards, and Allen Robinson. Not bad at all. He went two running backs, then he went with his wide receiver. And as you can see, guys, in the third round, you are able to get a wide receiver one, Allen Robinson. And as you can see in the third round, there is a ton of wide receivers that are wide receiver ones left. Mike Evans, Adam Thielen, Juju, DJ Moore, AJ Brown, Amari Cooper, Cooper Kupp, Devontae Parker, Cortland Sutton. I can keep going. Calvin Ridley's a wide receiver too, but he's still there. Lockett, you can get Hilton for great value. DJ Shark, Metcalf, AJ Green. A ton of wide receivers. And I'm going to show you guys real quickly the running backs here. You can see they're starting to fade out here. Jonathan Taylor could be a boom guy, but a risk. Gurley's still there. Fournette. A couple guys, Bell, Montgomery, and David Johnson. Those are your workhorses. There's not much left. Melvin Gordon, yeah, you can say he's a workhorse, but he's a part of a committee, so I'm a little concerned. Okay, so starting off the third round, they went Robinson, they went Chris Carson, they went Evans, and this guy goes Raheem Mostert. I like Raheem Mostert. I just don't like the team that he's on. The ceiling is there, but I don't know if he's going to be utilized as a full three-down workhorse running back, and that's a big question mark to me. I would have probably gone like Todd Gurley here. I can't believe they left Todd Gurley and David Johnson, and they got Raheem Mostert. And again, this is not, not to knock these guys, but they're just not aware. That's why you guys have to get the 16-round draft solution, guys. There's a link here below. It's the absolute game changer, guys. I give you guys all the optimal players to draft in each round, implementing the robust RB strategy properly, when to get a quarterback, when to get the sleepers, who the sleepers are, everything you guys need, okay? 16 rounds, thefantasyfootballaccounts.com or link below here, okay? Okay, so wide receivers here. Again, let's just go robust wide receiver. I'm going to go Calvin Ridley here. Let's go. All right, so let's see how this looks here. Julio Jones, Kenny Golladay, Calvin Ridley. Those are my guys. Now I've got no running back. Let's see who's available after the fourth round. Again, you're talking to the council here, so I'm always going to improvise. I'm always going to find a way out and a solution. And maybe I could go, wide zero RB and still do well. Because, again, I can get David Johnson, Montgomery, Cam Akers, and a couple other breakouts. So this actually could work here. This is crazy. I'm so set on the robust RB, and I don't say you have to be set on the robust RB, but it's a good strategy to load up on those running backs with minimal committees, right? It's very, very important. So let's keep going here. Third round, Allen Robinson, these are results. Chris Carson, Mike Evans, Raheem Mostert, Adam Thielen, Patrick Mahomes, too early. Lamar Jackson, too early for quarterbacks. Juju Smith, Calvin Ridley, DJ Moore, AJ Brown, Melvin Gordon, Amari Cooper. Okay, interesting. So now let's see who's available in the fourth round at running back. After that's done, you get Taylor, Gurley. I can't believe these guys are actually falling. Now this is on Yahoo. It may be different on other leagues, but again, ton of value still here. But again, I don't feel as warm and fuzzy about these guys. So let's go Gurley here. That'd be amazing if David Johnson actually fell to the fifth round. I doubt he does because he's typically coming off in the fourth round. Again, the ADPs could be a little bit off here for Yahoo. But it should be interesting to see. So I feel pretty good about my team. I'm loaded at wide receiver. I got my ace running back. But again, he comes with risk, right? The arthritis. You want to get Gurley in the second or third round as part of a robust RB strategy. I'm surprised he's even falling here in the fourth. That's pretty remarkable. But I have been seeing him, fall to the fourth, which is amazing value here, okay? As you can see, some running backs coming off the board here in the fourth. You saw Mark Ingram come off. You got Le'Veon Bell. Again, I don't feel good not having my running backs. It just doesn't feel good. Because again, let's take a look at the 4th round. Again, you look at all the wide receivers available. You got Parker, you got, I don't trust Allen, but you got Robert Woods, you got Locke, you got Hilton, you got Shark, you got Metcalf, you got Debo, you got Diggs, you got Cooks, who's technically slated as the wide receiver 1 there. Look at the value here at wide receiver. Landry, who's the wide receiver 1 on his team, right? Landry, I can't believe he's going this. They're taking Odell ahead of Landry. Landry crushed Odell last year in fantasy points. I don't understand the thought process considering he's the wide receiver 1 in Cleveland. Mind blowing, right? Tons of value here. You guys got to think outside the box. And some people are saying, Joe, Landry's not the wide receiver 1. Yes, Landry is the wide receiver 1. He's the primary target for Baker Mayfield the past 2 years. I'm going to go with what history shows me. History shows me that Baker Mayfield loves Landry. I'm not going to invest an early pick, a 3rd round pick on Odell when I can get myself Landry later. Now, where did Odell come off? Has Odell come off here? Did I totally miss it? Yeah, Odell Beckham in the 2nd round. These guys are crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, so again, we had Gurley. They went Ingram, Le'Veon Bell, Cortland Sutton, Leonard Fournette, James Conner, Devontae Parker. So I don't think David Johnson's going to fall to me coming back. So it's going to be really thin for me at running back, and there's going to be a lot of question marks at running back. And that's the point I'm trying to make here for you. So I won't have as many question marks at wide receiver, but I will have more question marks when it comes to running back. If Todd Gurley's my running back 1, I have a little bit of cause for concern. I'd feel more comfortable if like a Henry, a Saquon Barkley or someone like that was my running back 1. By the way, going back to the 1st round here, I don't like Nick Chubb at all in the 1st round. I think that's crazy. Him and Tyreek Hill, they're great players, but too many mouths to feed in KC, too many mouths to feed in Cleveland as well. I mean, Kareem Hunt is there, outscoring Nick Chubb 6 out of the 8 games in PPR they played together. I wouldn't do that. That just kind of caught my eye there. All right, 5th round, we're starting. Keenan Allen, Zach Ertz here coming off. Too early for a tight end. I wouldn't go 5th round for Zach Ertz with Goddard there. They got Jalen Reagor in there. I don't trust it all. See David Montgomery coming off amazing value in the 5th round. He's not going to fall to me. But I can't believe that David Johnson's still on the board here. It's just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. Like, this is like the best value I've ever seen him. He's next to come off here, so he probably won't fall to me, like I said earlier. But, hey, man, David Johnson in the 5th round, this guy's going to be a top 5 running back, 100%. He's going to stay healthy, knock on wood. And I'm telling you guys, he's going to get a ton of workload. There he comes off. So this guy went, he got David Johnson in mid 5th round. That is insane. He went Derrick Henry, Godwin, Mahomes, Sutton, and David Johnson. I like Sutton. I think the ceiling is high, but there's a lot of mouths to feed. Hilton and Lockett coming off. So when I look now at running back, this is the problem, right? I'm going to pull here by running back. There's nobody left. I could take a risk on Cam Akers. That's it. So this is a problem to me. So I'm going to go Akers here, assuming that he's going to be the starter there and the ceiling's high. There you go, guys. See how it looks? See how bad this looks? And this is not what I teach in the 16 rounds. Now, you are locked and loaded at wide receiver. Yes, but there's still a ton of wide receivers left. Let me show you guys. Okay? Check this out. I can get Shark right now. He's going to be a wide receiver 1. I can get Debo. I can get Diggs, right? And then on my bench, I can get guys like Cooks, right? Deontay Johnson. That could be the wide receiver 1 there, okay? So you guys can load up your bench with 3 other wide receivers and get 3 guys you're suspect about. Suspect about Hilton. Suspect about Woods. Suspect about guys like Lockett, right? Or Metcalf. You can get these guys as your wide receivers who are technically wide receiver 1s on their team. These guys could outperform the guys that were drafted in the 1st round. Like last year, guys, for example, Davante Adams got hurt. He was drafted in the 1st round. Odell Beckham busted 3 years in a row, drafted in the 1st round. So you can get a ton of volume. But see, if you wait, 5th round, there's no running backs here. Now, not to say that these guys could break out. Kareem Hunt could be the running back 1. Darius Guys could have a breakout year. Darrell Henderson could be the starter. Keyshawn Vaughn could be the starter, right? Dobbins could break out, right? Ingram gets hurt, right? Madison can get the starting job. So, guys, but there's a lot of risk. This is the problem, right? So when it comes to running backs, there's nothing left here. I don't feel comfortable drafting these guys. I could go Swift if he's still here. I think he's gone too. So I gotta go, it throws me off. I go, let's just go, I don't know, let's go Debo, let's go Diggs here. But again, I just wanted to get through this round. Let's end it here at 6, and I'm going to recap. The point I'm trying to make here is there is no running backs here that I feel comfortable. And like I said, some of these guys are going to break out. And then it'll be like hindsight, right? They'll look back and say, well, Joe, I'll give you an example. Dobbins broke out, Joe. I could have just waited till the 7th round. Well, you don't know, right? It's a big risk, right? when you have the running backs early and you go robust RB, you're loaded at those running backs early. Now my running backs are Gurley and Akers because I went robust wide receiver, right? Do not do this, guys. You're seeing it. I'm laying it out for you. It's transparent. There's a visual representation. There's no running backs. Now, if for some reason I went earlier, I would have probably got David Montgomery or David Johnson here if I was an earlier pick, right? Maybe I would have had a better chance to get these. Now, I went near the end of the first round with the 9th pick, so it ran slim coming back in the 5th round. Maybe I could have got David Johnson here. But bottom line is, guys, go robust RB. Get the 16-round draft solution at thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. I talk about how to balance your roster. Make sure you're optimized. Make sure you're just not spraying and praying. Like, I'll give you a guy that's spraying and praying right here. This is a perfect example. This guy right here, Andrew, whoever you are. No offense, but you're an idiot. You go Dalvin Cook, he hasn't finished the season. You go George Kittle. I know he's going to be a primary target in San Fran. I understand that, but he's a tight end and he's early, okay? Then you go Raheem Mostert. Clearly, this guy is biased. He is a San Francisco 49ers fan, obviously, because he went Raheem Mostert in the 3rd round. Then he goes James Conner. They've got McFarland there. They just drafted a young running back there. Conner has been dealing with injuries. And then he goes Singletary. They've acquired Zach Moss there in Buffalo. So these guys are definitely in committees here. 100%. Cook, I can't even trust him. And then Michael Gallup, who's part of a 3-headed wide receiver monster there with CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper. So this is a terrible, terrible, terrible roster. Mind you, some of these guys are going to have some boom games. Cook maybe, James Conner could boom a couple games. Michael Gallup will have his boom games. But you're not going to get those consistent productions. There's too many question marks. You want locked and loaded starters and fantasy producers, okay? I talk about this. The Cuddy system, consistency, upside, durability, depth, and youth. You got to have all of those, or at least 3 out of 5 at a minimum of those of the Cuddy system, okay? And a lot of these guys don't fill it. Now, for committee, for depth chart, Devin Singletary is a starter, but I don't really trust him. Okay, guys, it's going to come up to my pick. I'm not going to pick here. I want to end this off with, I tried this. You guys asked for it. Here it is. But I'm going to probably not go robust wide receiver. Yes, you got some good wide receivers, but man, oh man, you run thin on running backs, okay? Be cautious with this. Get the 16-round draft solution. It is the game changer at thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. Scrap the draft kits, scrap the cheat sheets, forget the consensus rankings. The future has arrived. Make sure you guys get it. And of course, guys, 2020 Fantasy Football will be here before we know it. I'm super excited, and I am out. Thanks for being here, guys. Smash thumbs up. Leave a comment. Let me know. Would you do the 0 RB strategy? I definitely wouldn't. Make sure you guys subscribe, leave a comment, and smash thumbs up. I will talk to you guys soon.